Hello, everybody. I'm one of your hosts, Miles Shield, and this is my co-host.
Andrew Volkman, everybody, coming from a remote location.
Yeah, we got to do another remote episode, and this is episode 7. We are so excited to be back in the studio. Andrew right now is at Dr. V Studios. I'm at Red Slide Studios. So we're both respectively in our own areas, but we're going to still bring you some great sports knowledge and takes. I know everyone's been asking if we could make a few more episodes, and here we are. Um, so first off, we got tons of things to do today. All right, we have the Bucks playoffs are here. We're so excited about that. Really hoping to bring home another NBA Finals. As I see my NBA Finals Bucks hat sitting right next to me here in the studio. We have the start to the MLB season and the predictions for that. We have QAQB. We have the Shield Spicy Situations, the NFL Draft, and Andrew's 1 minute race will be making a return here. So I just first of all like to announce that I will be talking sports reporter at the NFL Draft. I'm so excited. I'm going to be there in person. Me and Andrew are going to try to get an episode up right after the draft finishes, and we'll give you our takes on the crazy trades, picks, and everything that happens within that draft. All right. And then for those of you who don't know what the NFL Draft is, just look up Draft Day, all right, with Kevin Costner. It's a great movie. I love that movie. Watch it. It's good. All right. So getting us started here, the Bucks playoff. They are playing the new era of enemies, the Pacers. We hate the Pacers. Andrew, thoughts on this?
Yeah, it's definitely going to be a close series, and last year was no different. And it's just been a revolving door of the Bucks going to the playoffs after kind of having an underperforming season, and get shown the door every year. I'm hoping that doesn't repeat this year, but the way it's going and just seeing Game 1 was not an encouraging sign for me.
Yes, and we know for sure Dame Lillard was just moved up to questionable. That obviously game one was an awful performance from the Milwaukee Bucks. We saw Giannis, the only performer that entire game, right? You had two of your starters didn't score any points, right? You cannot have that happen in a playoff game, after, they've done all this to really bring that bench depth. Everyone's looking at their trades that they've done this year, and they're like, they're all right, nothing big. I loved them. All right, I loved them. You know why? Because we completely changed our bench, right? We brought Kevin Porter Jr. in, who had few great seasons with the Houston Rockets and was really one of the young rising stars of the league. He obviously has some character issues, but trading Marjon Beauchamp for Kevin Porter Jr. and Marjon Beauchamp isn't even on the Clippers anymore, right? He got cut and then picked up by the Knicks. So that was a huge move for us. Kyle Kuzma, obviously some controversy with Bucks fans losing Chris Middleton, who's been our guy for so many years, but Kuzma was one of the starters who scored 0 points. That was not what you wanted to see at all. Hopefully, you get Dame back on the floor, you take some pressure off of the other guys, and everyone could play great. Tyrese Halliburton, the Wisconsin native, always known for just killing the Bucks. It's sad to see and say, but that's true. All right. So where do you see this series going? Do you see the Bucks pulling it out here?
Honestly, like I see it gonna be another tough game tomorrow night in Indianapolis. I don't see the Bucks pulling off a win there, but I think with them coming back to Milwaukee for games 3 and 4, I think we could see them take at least one of those games. I don't think they're gonna pull both. If they do, that's great, and that could definitely set them up for a good end to the series. But really, I'm just not excited and not enthused by anything I saw. They shot 41% from the field, which was
Ooh,
unbelievably bad. They shot 24% from 3-point range, which is
yikes.
even worse. And
Yeah.
then free throws were completely awful. We got to the free throw line more than the Pacers, and we still made less than the Pacers, which was unbelievable and completely just bad execution there. And then 10 turnovers for the Bucks. We can't have that if we're going to win games. And I understand we don't have Dame, and Dame is one of the best passers in the league. But some of these guys, like Ryan Rollins, stepped up in his first playoff start. I mean, don't get me wrong, he played very well in his first playoff start, but we've got to be better than that. And I think with Dame coming back, it's going to help out a lot, but we need a lot of things to go right. Our defense has to step up.
Yeah.
And I think we need to get guys like Andre Jackson Jr. more minutes. We have to get guys like Bobby Portis some more minutes. Maybe somebody like an AJ Green, maybe just a titch more. Jericho Sims, I think, could help the Bucks on the defensive side. But I mean, we just need our guys to step up on the defensive side, because realistically, we're doing a lot right on the offensive side when it's clicking, but the defense has got to step up.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, listen, Andre Jackson Jr. I love his defense, right? But the guy can't score a bucket. It's if you watch Andre Jackson Jr., it's almost like he's afraid to score. Like he's afraid. He passes the ball even if he's got a wide open shot. So I would rather have guys like Kevin Porter Jr., who's been phenomenal. I'd rather have him getting more time. Maybe cut back Kyle Kuzma's time just a little bit to give guys like Kevin Porter Jr. and Bobby Portis more time. But all around, I think we could win this. We have a better chance of winning than we did last year, just with a deeper bench and healthy guys. So, I mean, I'm hoping we can pull out the win here, Pacers. If we do not, there is a very big problem we got. Because we got Dame Lillard, who's 34 years old. He's getting old. You got Giannis is getting older. Those guys aren't able to stay on the floor. It's a scary thought to think about if we don't go deep into the playoffs this year, because once those two are gone, the Bucks era of being good is most likely gone with them. All right, I think you got guys. Ryan Rollins, 22 years old, completely shocking everyone. Right, this guy's on his third NBA team, I believe. And he's never been more than a bench bat, And he comes in, he's getting starting time over guys like Andre Jackson Jr., who are more experienced in a starting position than him, and he's scoring. Like, he's doing great. I love Ryan Rollins, and I'm super high on him. Also, Kevin Porter Jr. being, if he can just chill, like stop being who he is for like just a few seasons, and give us some good seasons and not be crazy, great. Like, great. We could get Bobby in there. So I am a little bit worried about the Bucks' future, but not as worried as I was before the trade deadline. Andrew, thoughts?
Yeah, I agree. We definitely have some young guys that could fit into the picture long term. Fun fact about Kevin Porter Jr., by the way, he was actually drafted by the Bucks at pick 19 in 2019, but then we immediately traded him away to the Cavs. I'm pretty sure that pick was part of a package deal from back in 2017 or 2016, I believe. Anyway, I thought that'd be a fun fact to put out there a little bit. Yeah, I definitely think that we got a lot of guys that can probably start if the Bucks do end up having to go into a rebuild, and they have to get something done in this season or next season. Otherwise, we can count this Damian Lillard trade as a waste. And I would honestly say it's more of a setback than anything else, unfortunately.
Yeah. All right. We got to get moving here. So let's talk. Andrew, you're going to kind of take the lead on this segment. MLB predictions, and what are you thinking with the awards? Who's going to win the World Series? What have you seen so far that you've liked?
I've seen definitely some weird things going on in Major League Baseball right now. One thing I was not expecting was the Cubs to get off to a super hot start, which was absolutely crazy. And I was also not expecting the Braves to get off to as a poor start as they have been. And I was not expecting the Oakland, not the Oakland Athletics, just the Athletics, to have as much talent on their roster as I thought. But anyway, let's move on to the awards. I do have the AL MVP going to Bobby Witt Jr., the shortstop of the Royals. If you're not familiar with Bobby Witt Jr.'s games, I suggest that you get your research done because this guy is absolutely unbelievable. He's a 5-tool player. He's stepped up his defense over the last couple of years. He can hit the ball amazingly. He's got a lot of pop in that bat. He's going to be the face of baseball in probably 2 or 3 years. He could be on the cover of the next MLB The Show. Heck, I don't even know. And then the NL MVP is obviously going to go to Shohei Ohtani. Just the level that he can hit is unbelievable. And if he can somehow get back on the mound, if he's just even a closer and not a starter, I think that will just add another level to his MVP candidacy. For the Cy Young Awards in the AL, I have the AL Cy Young going once again to Tarek Skubal of the Detroit Tigers. If he gets traded this year, he's still going to win it because he is just so unbelievable. Got disgusting stuff. And as a lefty, you always love to see that out of a good lefty. And then the NL Cy Young, I have it going to Zach Wheeler. He's been so close for so many years, and he just can't get, and he's always in the running. And I think this year is the year he's going to come through with the absence of Ohtani. I think Chris Sale, last year's Cy Young winner, is not going to be as good as last year. I think this is the prime time for Zach Wheeler to take the NL Cy Young. For the batting title awards, which is for anybody who doesn't know, whoever has the best batting average in the respective leagues, both the AL and the NL. In the AL, I have Jose Ramirez of the Cleveland Guardians getting it. He's been so good over the last couple of years. He's only gotten better with age. And I think this year he's going to fly under the radar as one of the better contact and one of those players that can always get on base and get those hits. And in the NL, I have Luis Arias of the San Diego Padres, a guy that's just always known for getting singles and not really much more. I don't care what you say about the fielding. If you have someone at the top of your order like Luis Arias who can just slap a single up the middle, he's going to win the batting title every year. For the relievers of the year, in the AL, I have Felix Bautista returning to glory, and he's going to get that reliever of the year with the Baltimore Orioles. And in the NL, I have Tanner Scott of the Los Angeles Dodgers getting it. I love his slider. His slider is so disgusting on Tanner Scott. And with the Dodgers, he's going to unlock something that we have maybe never seen out of a lefty closer, maybe since Josh Hader. Totally not Brewers fan bias, by the way. For the Rookie of the Year, which we got a lot of good rookies this year.
Yeah.
In the AL, I have the Rookie of the Year going to Jackson Jobe of the Detroit Tigers. I love his stuff, and I think on the Tigers, it's going to be a very quiet team, but I think they're going to surprise a lot of people with Jackson Jobe. And for the NL Rookie, I do have Dylan Cruz, and right now he's not on the best path to win Rookie of the Year on the Nationals, but I think he's going to figure it out, and he's going to come out hot later in the second half, I believe. And finally, for the Hank Aaron Awards, which is just overall some of the better hitters from each league, I have Aaron Judge winning it in the AL. I think he's going to probably be top 3 in home runs, batting average, and RBIs. It just makes sense for him to get the Hank Aaron Award. And in the NL, I have Juan Soto, same thing as Aaron Judge. He's going to hit the ball extremely well all year. And finally, for my World Series winner, I have the Phillies beating the Texas Rangers in 6 games. The Phillies have been so close over the last few years. I think this is finally the year they kind of push through. Bryce Harper gets his first World Series win. And I think the Phillies fans, even though I really don't like Philadelphia fans in general, I still think they're going to get done. I like the team a lot. And I said Zach Wheeler is going to win the Cy Young. I think that's going to push them very far. Even if their offense sputters a little bit, that pitching staff is going to carry them. I believe in pitching a lot. So there you go. Those are my Major League Baseball predictions. Later in the week or later on, I may have more of my full predictions revealed, like who I have winning the divisions, like all the series. So stay tuned for that as well.
Yeah, you You are amazing, Andrew. I can't believe you. You got so much knowledge up in that little head of yours. I just want everyone at home listening to just give Andrew a round of applause for what he just did there. I mean, half of you guys probably didn't even know who some of those guys are. So I just want to just clap it up for Andrew right there. That was great. Great stuff,
Thank you
Andrew.
so much, guys.
Great stuff. I thought it was very interesting. You had the Rangers and the Phillies in the World Series. Definitely not teams who I think people expected to see. I think people expected to see a Dodgers, Yankees World Series again, something like that. Did that ever cross your mind that that could happen?
I did, and I think that for the Yankees, for example, I think them losing Juan Soto is going to be a lot bigger than people expect. I do have Aaron Judge winning an award for hitting, but I mean, we saw in the World Series last year, the Dodgers completely fell apart, and I think that's going to carry over into these playoffs. I do have them making it to the ALDS, and they have getting defeated by the Orioles. It's going to be kind of a weird year. In baseball, so many things can happen, and I think that it's going to show this year, and we've seen a lot more parity and a lot more weirdness over the last couple of years, and I think that's going to continue over into this season, and especially in the playoffs.
Yeah. Yeah, all right. Moving on to the next segment. We got QAQB, questions about quarterbacks. So for today's QAQB, I have it as the Saints quarterback room. I'm sure some of you have heard about Derek Carr's questions here. There's now coming out that there's questions if he's even going to be able to play the year, right? Like, that is insane to me that he may not even be able to play. All right, before he went down with his injury, he threw for 2,145 yards, 15 touchdowns, and 5 interceptions. Not terrible numbers, not great. His replacement, Spencer Rattler, threw for 1,317 yards, 4 touchdowns, 5 interceptions. Not bad for a later round pick. But there is no security to me in that quarterback room. For a second, I was thinking about, doing the Giants quarterback room with when you got Jameis Winston, Russell Wilson, Tommy DeVito, and then rumors that you may draft Shedeur Sanders. There are rumors coming out that the Giants front office is torn on what to do. Well, let me tell you what they're going to do. They're going to not draft Shedeur Sanders, and I'm going to give you a whole bunch of reasons why in a little bit. But I think in that position, right, they have the number 9 overall pick. They should be comfortable with where they're at draft-wise, because I think there is a better quarterback class than people are giving them credit for, right? I think you got a lot of underrated guys, Jackson Dart, Jalen Milroe, Quinn Ewers, Tyler Shaw, and I think you got some good potential in a lot of those guys who can maybe battle. But the only thing I'm scared about is if they draft a later round guy, right? If they draft a guy like Tyler Shaw. I don't even think I'm saying his name right. It's so weird. I've heard people say it like that, but anyways, I'm worried because to me, he's an older quarterback for a rookie, just like Spencer Rattler, right? I see, some of those late round guys are just like Spencer Rattler, right? Why waste a pick on that at that point? So I think if we're gonna have a mock draft mini-sode coming out in a little bit, and it's gonna be all about the draft and everything because that's gonna be coming up this Thursday, and I think there is a very good chance Shedeur Sanders falls to the New Orleans Saints. That takes me into Shield's spicy situation, Shedeur Sanders. All right, this guy is the wild card of the draft this year. All right, he's I don't even know because nobody knows where this guy's gonna go. Right, you got 1, 2, 3. You got Titans. I think it's pretty locked up that Cam Ward's gonna be their guy. You got Browns. You got the Browns at number 2. It doesn't look like they're going to be drafting a quarterback. They just brought in Joe Flacco. I don't think they're going to be drafting anyone. So I think that could be definitely Abdul Carter or Travis Hunter. Abdul Carter may give you, another, another defensive player. If Myles Garrett has another one of his breakdowns and wants to leave the team again, or you could get Travis Hunter, who just gives whatever quarterback you have more life. Because Travis Hunter pretty much came out and said, "Hey, I'm playing both sides no matter what. You're not telling me I can't." And I think that's great news for the Browns, because if I'm Browns, taking Travis Hunter and getting a corner and a receiver, which are two positions that I could use very well, is great news. Then you go to the Giants. I'm telling them they should not draft a quarterback here. You have solid quarterbacks right now. You have Russell Wilson, even if he doesn't perform how he did with the Steelers last year, he is still a reliable quarterback. And if he's not, you got Jameis Winston, man. Jameis Winston. Everyone loves Jameis Winston. This is like the hype guy of the NFL, right? He is. He has. Him and Russ have so much experience as starters, right? You have Jameis. He was a starter. He was a starter for the Buccaneers, the Saints. Went to Cleveland, started games there. You have two guys who could be and should be starters. I was not excited when I heard Russell Wilson also signed with the Giants, because I was like, oh my gosh, Jameis Winston's going to get a shot to come back. And then there he goes, right? And then you got stupid Russell Wilson's slogan. It was like, go big blue. Like, what? This is not Broncos country. Let's ride. So slogan man over there, I'm not. I like the guy who's a Wisconsin Badger, right? You got to just respect what he's got there. And then you got Tommy DeVito, right? The undrafted Illinois kid, and looks like he could be part of the mafia. You don't even know what's up with that guy or his agent or anything, but he's definitely, I think, a talented quarterback. He can hold his own for a few games, nothing important, right? You got Drew Lock, I thought would maybe go back to the Giants before Russell Wilson gets signed, but now Drew Lock's, I think, back with the Seahawks.
Yeah.
So you got a lot of questions there, but I completely went off task. Shedeur Sanders. All right, I don't even know how I got to the Giants there, but Shedeur Sanders. I think there's a good chance he falls to the Saints pick. I think there's a good chance the Saints don't take him, and he falls even further down to the Steelers would be the next team that I'm thinking would take him at 21. And there's mock drafts coming out that Shedeur falls out of the first round, which is crazy to me. I don't think that's going to happen.
Yeah, that's...
I think if the Saints aren't going to go get Shedeur, I think they trade that pick. I think you bring in, a good haul for that pick, because if the Steelers think Shedeur's their guy, they're going to give up a good amount for him. So I think if the Steelers trade up to get Shedeur, they're going to be sitting pretty. But there's a lot of question marks coming out about Shedeur Sanders, and I don't know if there's questions about his character, and we all saw that video of him tapping the ball before he throws, and the NFL safety, I don't know who it was, but came out and said, "Hey man, we're gonna pick that off every time." So I think there's things he has to change. He's got to change some of his play, and can he be more than just dad's the coach kind of kid? You got the star receiver kind of kid, right? Can he flourish on a if the Giants do end up taking him? Is he gonna be good with them if they have only Malik Neighbors, who may not even play the full season because he may be hurt, right? Like, I think if he gets drafted by the Giants, they get another Daniel Jones, and I think Shedeur's traded. He may even be traded before his rookie deal's even up, right? But I think if he goes to the Steelers, he's got solid. Sounds like Mike Tomlin really likes him. I think he's chilling doing that. So moving on to the NFL draft, which is Guy Shedeur as part of it. we have so many question marks of what's going on and what's going to happen. What are the Packers going to do is a common question I get asked. What are the Packers going to do? Andrew, what are the Packers going to do?
I don't know. It's kind of a tough call. I mean, the Packers could go so many different ways. They got so many different needs that they can address in the first round, like D-line, with the pass rush. They could go with cornerback. They could go with a wide receiver for the first time in 23 years.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think that's going to happen, but I mean, it could.
Right.
They could draft a quarterback for all we know. I mean, they could draft, they could go.
It's crazy. But I think, I don't know if you heard Goody's interview, and it was this interviewer or this reporter pretty much asked, when you draft a first round pick, do you expect him to contribute right away? And you know what he said?
Oh, yeah.
He said no. Oh my gosh. I was in the car when I heard this, and I flipped. I was like, boy, what did you just say? What did you just say? You don't expect your first round pick where the top 32 football players in the entire country are drafted, and you're telling me that you don't expect them to contribute? Well, let me tell you who he's drafted, who has not contributed, right? This is going back to 2019. You got Darnell Savage was one of your first-round picks, right? You got Eric Stokes was one of your first-round picks. You got Devontae Wyatt, Lucas Van Ness have done nothing. They have done nothing, right? You got Jordan Morgan. I'm not going to count him a bust, but I can't say he's been good. He hasn't played, right? And you got Jordan Love, but that's one of his good ones. Right? You look at, he's got so many more bad first-round picks. First-round picks who, maybe they weren't the worst ever, but they're not first-round worthy, right? You got Quay Walker, who's already getting replaced by a second-round pick, right? Like, there is not good first round. Like, when I watch...
Quay Walker, can't stay on the field, though. That's another thing about Quay Walker.
Well, who do you blame there, right? Do you blame Goody? I think you blame Goody. I think there had to be some sort of red flag.
I blame Quay Walker. He's got suspended. He's gotten hurt. I mean,
there had to be red flags. There had to be red flags coming into this, right? Like, he had to know. You have so many scouts and stuff. There had to be one little thing saying, "Hey, man, maybe this isn't the best idea." But you know what, Goody, if your later round picks weren't good, you would have been out the door a long time ago, my friend. All right, because you look at it, we don't have a first round receiver in our receiving core, right? That's insane.
23 years.
That's insane. That is
23 years.
That is outrageous to me, right? You're like, oh no, Devontae Adams was definitely a first. No, he was not a first round pick.
Wasn't he a fifth round?
I am so outraged by Goody's comment. Like, I look at all the stats, right? Darnell flippin' Savage was the 21st overall pick. Let's just let that simmer in our head. I just went on a full Stephen A. Smith rant right here because I'm so furious.
Hold on. Was Goody the GM when they picked Kevin King over someone like a TJ Watt? I want to know that. Was he the GM at the time? Was he?
Oh, boy. You just opened up a can of worms. I'm not 100% sure, but if Goody was the one who did that, I'm going to cry to myself to sleep every night. But I don't think I don't think that was him. But that's just outrageous. I think there's a good chance that record of not drafting a wide receiver first round gets broken here, especially with Christian Watson's season up in the air. I think it sounds like they really love Emeka Egbuka out of Ohio State. It sounds like Matthew Golden, he just had a visit there. Territola McMillan is like, at first, they're like, oh my gosh, he could fall to us. But then you look at, if he does fall, it's not for good reasons. It's not for Packer reasons, right? Like, Packers don't draft guys that don't have good character, good personality, right? They want that personality. Where that's Emeka Egbuka. Where you look at Territola McMillan, you got a guy who, there's videos surfacing of him saying he doesn't watch film, right? There are red flags there, bigger red flags that Goody may be looking at right now. Obviously we don't know everything. We don't know, what's all going on. We do know Territory McMillan had a private workout with Goody. So I think there's a chance. There's rumors that the Packers may trade up, which, again, the Packers don't trade up. They trade down.
No, they don't.
They trade down. And it like when I watch the first round, I never watch for the Packers, right? When I watch day 2, day 3 of the draft, I'll be like, all right, Packers, let's go Pack. Go Pack, go. But when I'm watching the first round, I'm just like, all right, what are the Titans going to do today? What is going on with the Browns? So
hey, look,
what were you going to say?
To be fair here, I do, unfortunately, have the Green Bay Packers taking not a wide receiver in the first round. I haven't taken Derek Hartman out of Oregon. I haven't completed my third version of my mock draft yet.
Mm-hmm.
But I still don't have him taking a wide receiver here. It just doesn't make sense. I mean,
yeah.
A guy like Matthew Golden, I don't see them fall. I see him getting reached on a little bit by the Seahawks. So, I mean, that kind of takes it out of our hands at that point. But
yeah, that was another aspect, right? You saw Jordan Love come out and say, "Hey, what was his name? Jalen Royals, the Utah State guy, right? The wide receiver." They're like, "Hey, man, I want that guy. If Love wants that guy, I'm gonna do whatever Love wants at that point, right?" So I think you take receiver second round, no matter what. I think first round you take a guy corner. I love me some corners named Jahade Barron. Right? Jahade Barron.
Trey Amos, too.
Trey Amos is going to be a second round. I think if we take Emeka Egbuka first round, I think Trey Amos goes second to us.
Mm-hmm.
I hear we like him a lot. So I think it's going to be flipped, right? I don't know. Maybe we'll take an edge, but that's not where I'm looking for right now. I'm looking for a receiver, corner. Whether we take it first or second or, switched, I think will be definitely interesting. Wow, we are going way over time.
It's all right, dude. Hang on. It's all right. All right. Let's wrap it up here.
Yeah.
Miles, what's the final segment? Here we go.
Andrew's 1 minute race. Andrew, we are going to start your engines. Are you ready for this?
Oh, I am. I'm ready, dude. I'm ready.
All right. Go.
All right, this weekend, the NASCAR Cup Series returns to action at Talladega Superspeedway, the fastest speedway on Earth. Possibly one of the scariest speedways on Earth, to be honest. I've never been there, but just looking at it looks kind of scary. Last weekend, the NASCAR returns to Rockingham Speedway, The Rock. It was crazy. But looking forward to this weekend at Talladega. Avoid the big one and just don't push your buddy in front of you. Just push him straight, okay, guys? Come on. We don't need to see the big one on the last lap. And just moving forward, just keep the bum trash nice and clean. Please. Who do I think is going to win it? I'm not even going to make a prediction because it's so random. I don't know who's going to win that race. We saw Ricky Stenhouse Jr. win it last week. He hadn't won a race since day 2023. I mean, I don't know who's going to win that race to Talladega, man. Just good luck to those drivers. Who's going to win that? I don't know. All right. There's going to be so many crashes. We don't know who's going to win that.
All right, Andrew. Great job. All right.
Not my best one.
No. It's okay. But if your favorite segment is Andrew's 1 minute race, then you're going to love that right now in the works, it hasn't been officially confirmed, but in the works, there is a spin-off series, a spin-off show called Talking NASCAR, and you're never going to guess who the host would be if we do confirm that. His name?
Who is it?
All right. You guys may know this guy. You guys may know him. I mean, I don't really know him, but I heard he's a good host. His name is Andrew Volkman. Woo!
Oh, okay, man.
All right, guys. So we'll tell you when that's coming out. We may have some polls. Always make sure when you watch the episode, always scroll down a little bit to look if we have any polls out or surveys or anything. And you got to update your Spotify so it's easier to comment. And please, we are asking you, leave a comment. What do you want us to talk about?
Leave a comment, please.
Yeah, we got so much. We got lots of knowledge here up in our thick skulls. So that's all the time we have for today, folks. Thanks for listening.
Here, hold on, Miles. I got one more thing to add.
Bro,
So,
this is the
Tyler,
second episode when I've done this.
hold on. So Tyler's shout, or I don't know how you're saying it. It's pronounced Tyler Shock. He's shocked. I'm shocked. It's Tyler Shock, man.
That's
He's
what I was saying.
25,
I was saying that. Tyler Shock.
I thought you were saying Tyler Shaw.
I was saying Shock.
Oh, I didn't hear the K. My bad.
All right. That's what we were interrupting for the end credit.
Yeah.
all right, guys. That's all the time we have for today, folks. Thanks for listening. We appreciate it. Leave your comments. Look for the surveys we put out. See ya.
Bye.